We're here today with Rob Duncan, Chief Operating Officer of Kutcho Copper, a Canadian resource development company focused on expanding and developing the Kutcho high-grade copper-zinc project in northern British Columbia. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So could you tell us a little bit more about your flagship property in BC?
Yeah, so Kutcho Copper, we're a brand new company. We've closed the acquisition of the Kutcho project from Capstone at the end of last year. Kutcho's a high-grade copper-zinc project with some silver and gold products, and it's located in north-central British Columbia. We feel this is a great jurisdiction to be in because that area of British Columbia is very resource-rich. You've seen mines get permitted and go into production there in recent years, the most recent being the Red Chris mine and the Bruce Jack mine. So we feel that it's an excellent part of the province to be located in.
So Kutcho was in the news recently announcing a new project, so tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Kutcho, it's a high-grade VMS deposit. It is roughly 10.5 million tons of reserve at just under 3% copper equivalent grade. And it's basically at a pre-feasibility level, and we're going to be driving it through the feasibility. The goal being to have that completed in a year and a half. We feel there's excellent potential to expand the size of the project as well.
What differentiates your company from other companies in the junior mining space?
It really is the quality of the asset in our mind, and the stage that the asset's at. We have a very well-defined timeline and process to drive this from the pre-feasibility to the feasibility level. The grades of copper and zinc are high and robust, and with the indications for the copper market in particular moving forward, we feel that this project will only look better as the copper price rises.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your team and your board?
Yeah, absolutely. Vince Sirachi, our president and CEO, handpicked the team and assembled it to be able to push Kutcho forward through feasibility. At the board, we were able to attract Stephen Quinn. Stephen has a great history with the project. When he was president of Sherwood Copper, he actually acquired the project and wanted to put it into production after the Minto mine. When they merged with Capstone, the asset became somewhat orphaned due to its size, and that's why it's available to us. So we have a champion at the board level who's very intimate and knowledgeable about execution, building mines, and this project in particular. At the management level, myself, Rory Kuklolu and Alison Rippon-Armstrong are who are going to execute at the management level. I've got a long history technically with VMS deposits and systems, having spent a good amount of my career working on them within Met Mining Corporation before they were taken out. And then Rory and Alison both worked together at Kaminak, where they executed all the programs to take that project from pre-feasibility through feasibility and eventually get taken out by Goldcorp. Alison in particular is very well experienced in permitting, environment and community across Canada, and she's our Vice President of Environment and Sustainability. And she's an extremely good asset for us in being able to drive Kutcho properly through the environment and permitting regime in British Columbia.
What are some insights into your current finances and your share and capital structure?
The way that we financed this was a combination of equity financing, debt financing, and also a precious metal stream. We were able to attract Wheaton Precious Metals into a stream on the silver and gold production, future gold production. And for that, they valued that at $65 million US. Their model also includes an early advance of some of those funds. So they're forwarding $7 million US to us this year. And what that allows us to do is ostensibly complete that feasibility study with non-dilutive finance. So we also feel that's brings a lot of credibility to the project in terms of Wheaton's due diligence themselves. The rest of it was equity financing, retail component, and also Wheaton Precious Metals and Capstone were involved in that financing. And then the final piece was Wheaton Precious Metals also has supplied us with a $20 million Canadian convertible debenture. What that allows us to do is keep our share structure tight at the moment. It has convertible price that's higher than the equity financing. And as we move this project through critical times and and steps where we see value increasing for the shareholder, we'll have opportunity to pay that convertible debenture off in a less dilutive manner than if we had raised all the capital at equity in the beginning.
What are some things investors can really look forward to over the next 12 months, and what are some exciting things coming up for you?
Everything that we're doing with the project is to get it into the permitting process and permits issued for construction as quickly as possible. So what you'll see from us in the next 12 months is everything that has to feed into our feasibility study. So our drill program will be a combination of metallurgical drilling, geotechnical drilling, and infill drill programs to upgrade the resources at the project. And that's really one of the most exciting parts of the project is the 10.4 million tons at 2.92% copper equivalent can grow. We already have just under 17 million tons at 2.71% copper equivalent in the measured and indicated categories. That means that without doing any further drilling, we have an additional 5 million tons of the M&I that's available to be converted into reserve through the feasibility process. Then, on the back of that, the infill drill program will be targeting the highest grade areas of the inferred mineralization and upgrading that to the indicated category. So there's going to be another shot of tons that will also be available for feasibility in the new reserve.
And finally, for investors here at PDAC and at home, why should they invest in Kutcho Copper today?
I think it's an excellent project with high margin. It's economic today at the size that it is at today, and we're going to be able to grow the project. We're valued at about 0.2 price to NAV on the 10.5 million tons of probable reserve that's in our pre-feasibility. Peer groups are trading anywhere between 0.3 and 0.6 price to NAV, so there's a reason to believe that we're undervalued there. There's all of the expansion potential that will enhance the economics of the project. And I think that what you see in the broader macro markets is that we are at the beginning of a new copper bull market. So there's potential with the rising price of the commodity that, again, the project will look more valuable and more economic.
Thanks so much for talking to us, Rob.
Thank you very much.